offense. What did you feel like got your offense going?
Yeah, I think it was a slow start. It was not getting them rebounds, defensive rebounds, loose balls. We weren't getting those sort of things, and we tried to course correct a little bit. That was playing harder with a little more intensity, and it kind of some shots started to fall after that.
What the energy from Brooks do for you guys tonight?
I think Brooks is good with that. There's a lot of guys on our team too in that mold who play hard every possession, and he helps a lot because he did a good job defending today, and that adds a lot of versatility to the team.
You guys have now played 5 games here. You could tell on the court that you guys found a rhythm, and you could tell that this was their 5th game playing together.
Yeah, I think there's some good cohesion to it. The guys are playing well together. They're starting to kind of learn a little bit about how each other play and what kind of advantages we can take based on that. And I think that's a good thing to know that our guys, we have smart players who are starting to learn based off who else is on the court and what we're trying to do.
What have you liked from Chris Youngblood in the Summer League?
Yeah, I think he's helped us. I think he's a good shooter. I think he's someone who's come in and played hard and kind of played the right way and moved the ball when he's needed to, and it's been good to see him kind of grow through these first couple games.
What's the line for a guy like AJ? Like, how long does he play for you guys here in Vegas?
Yeah, I think there's a plan that the organization has for how long these guys, AJ, Tope, the Thunder players, and we just kind of stick to that. In terms of how many more, I'm not quite sure.
Gortmans, what has impressed you about the way he's provided that spark off the bench?
Yeah, he's been, first of all, I think he's a great kid to coach. He's one that we've really enjoyed getting to work with. He's got a lot of ability in the way that he can handle a ball. Again, the paint, I thought he did a good job with that today. And it's a good thing to have coming off the bench, especially in Summer League where sometimes it's just not high-scoring games. You need guys that can help score, and he did a good job with that.
What do you hope to accomplish in these next 2 days that are off?
We've our kind of whole mantra through this whole thing has been trying to just use every day to get a little bit better. And so whether that's a game, whether that's practice, and now it's a chance for these guys to recover, watch a lot of film. We've been really on them. All these guys are watching individual film, watching team film, and then some chance to kind of take. It's a long stretch, even for these guys who are kind of used to it. So I think it's a good opportunity to get away a little bit, but then to really study, and hopefully we can get a little bit better.
5 games in, how do you feel about the guys? How do you feel about guys picking up the offense and defensive schemes as opposed to the start of Summer League in Utah?
Yeah, I think we made progress. I think we're fortunate that it's a high IQ group who does pick up things quickly, and I think we've tried to choose the right things that kind of will help them long term in their career and then can put them in positions to succeed here. And we gotta, I think, just kind of keep working with them and see where we can go.
You guys had 4 starters, scored double digits. The 5th one was Topić with 10 assists. Is that kind of what you've been preaching, that team basketball, everybody chipping in?
Yeah, I think organizationally that's how the Thunder want to play, that we want to take the best shot for the team no matter who that is and no matter what else is going on. And so we try to play fast. We try to create a lot of action. There's multiple screens being set every possession and finding the best shot no matter who that is. And I think the balanced scoring kind of maybe attests to that.
Can you talk about Topic's processing? It seems like he's just working at lightning speed out there.
Yeah, I think Topić does a good job when he's getting in the paint, making decisions based on what's going on. I think that it's good to see the growth he continues to show. He had a really good year working on a lot of things, and now he gets a chance to go out and play competitively, and it's enjoyable for us as coaches to watch the progress he continues to make.
It seems like you got the offense going for you guys midway late in that first quarter. Did you feel like you needed to kind of get things going for everybody, or was that just taking what the defense gave you?
Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, as I said 2 days ago, I just play and take what defense gives me, and that was the case today. I didn't score a lot, but I don't really matter about that. The defense gave me assists, so I took advantage of that.
What have you noticed about the basketball here in Vegas and in Summer League in general compared to the ball you played before?
I would say it's way more physical. Of course, the 10 fouls, 10 personal fouls and 10 fouls to bonus makes a huge difference. I would say just those two things.
Where have you gotten better since Game 1 in Utah? What have you seen that you've liked?
I think just confidence-wise, I feel more confident going into a game, sleeping before the game, just everything about that. I feel way more confident.
It seems like you really understand the angles of basketball, whether that's getting under a guy's shoulder when you're driving or when you're driving and finding a teammate. What all goes into you understanding those specific angles and trying to get the best look for you or somebody else?
I would say I watched a lot of film with my dad growing up. So he was a player, so we always used to watch my games and stuff like that. And I was always around the good teammates. very smart players. So I kind of learn from anybody a little bit.
How does it feel just getting to play 5-on-5? You know, these last 5 games, like actually getting back out there. Like, how do you feel?
It feels good. It feels amazing. I mean, body-wise, it feels great. Mentally-wise, it also feels even better. So I'm in good shape.
Did you get any tips on how to navigate the second year of your career?
Yeah, for sure. He just told me to be patient and that my chance will come and that I have to take it.
Playing next to Chris Youngblood, we talked about you playing next to AJ, but how does playing next to Chris help you also with opening things up for you in those driving lanes?
Yeah, I mean, he's a really great shooter, so people cannot help as much of him, and that makes our job easier because there's more space on the floor, so it really helps to have that kind of shooter in your team.
When did you learn to become a great passer? Because some of your passes are incredible. The guys sometimes aren't even ready for them because they didn't expect them.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm just born with it, but as I said before, I just learned a lot growing up. Played always against olders, with having my dad by my side, and then older group playmakers having by my side to be my mentors, let's say. So I would say all of that.
With that, when did you get over the fear of making a quote-unquote bad pass, and you seem like you're just out there, like he said, throwing it, and guys don't even realize that the ball's in their hands yet. But it seems like you have to get over that fear of this could be a bad pass and could be a turnover.
Yeah, I agree. I also hate it when I turn over, but it's all part of the game. I mean, everybody makes mistakes, so I guess you just have to live with it and stick with your decisions.
It was really slow for you guys, but you seem to help get things going with your energy. Was that something that you felt like the team needed?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like for me, that's just something that's really kind of got to be a calling card for me is just knowing how to play, getting people involved, creative action, and things like that. So, I feel like if I play hard and just do right by the game, then good things will happen. So that's just what I was trying to do.
Playing with Topić, how quickly did you realize that you could get some easy buckets for just cutting or just moving while he's driving also?
Yeah, a lot. I mean, I think that he does a great job of, really kind of breaking the defense down and, making really good reads. And, I was actually watching film today and we were talking about it on the burn cuts and things like that when, you got a shooter in the corner. I can really, steal some layups and some dunks like that. So playing with Topić has been a joy. So it's going to be really fun to keep building that relationship, into September.
You mentioned those steals. You have 13 of them in Vegas so far through 2 games. Just how much of, how early did you really make that a part of your game where you wanted to emphasize that and have that be a big strength?
Yeah, I feel like for me, they'll come if I just play hard and, I'm not hunting them. And it was funny, in college I had a coach named Chris Lowry, and he used to tell me, if you're doing what you're supposed to do and you stand where you are, they'll throw them to you sometimes. So I just really try to play hard and, play the defense that the coaches that tell me to play. And, if I can compete, sometimes I look up and I'll have, a crazy amount. But, I'm really not out there trying to get them, but it's cool to look at. But, yeah, I'm just really trying to play the best defense I can play.
Did you ever come to Vegas Summer League growing up, or did you have conceptions about this place growing up?
Yeah, I always watched it. I never came, but I've always watched it on TV, and it was always the fun time in the off season when you can see the NBA basketball and really get you ready for when the training camp starts and everything like that. But yeah, it's really a dream come true to play in it. It's all got to give all the glory to God in that aspect because I'm here now, so I'm just trying to make the most of it.
How would you rate Topić passing? Because when you're out there with him, you got to be on high alert.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would give it a 10 if it was numbers, and then an A plus if it was a grade scale. So you really have to be, like you said, you have to really be on alert because sometimes it'll be a great pass and you're just not even paying attention. So we've had some of those I think where he's hit somebody on the dime, they just weren't ready. So we don't want to have him get turnovers, because we're not ready. So we just always got to be on high alert. So it's been amazing to play with.
Where's your confidence come from? It seems like you haven't really missed a step or faltered at all.
Yeah, I mean, I think it just comes from reps. I feel like I really work on the game, and you just kind of trust your work. I play basketball. I've always grown up playing basketball, and I've always worked at it. So I kind of like to think reps eliminate fear. So I just got to go out there and law averages. If you have a good game, a good one, or if you have a good one, a bad one's probably coming at some point. And how are you going to kind of stay level-headed through it all, and then just try to stack positive games. Even if I'm not making shots or anything, positively affecting defense, moving on offense, getting other people's shots if I'm not hitting, stuff like that. So just trying to be a positive basketball player at the end of the day.
Favorite amongst Thunder fans? Have you seen any of this, any of that, and how do you embrace it?
Yeah, you know, I've seen like it's funny because like I mean my family's we're so grateful to be here, and especially my brother. So it's sent me like a lot of funny tweets, not like tweets that I shouldn't be looking at, but like some funny ones where I'll be like, man, I'll run through a brick wall for that guy already, and we've had him for like a week and a half. So like that stuff's really cool to see, and I'm blessed to be here. So I just want to keep trying to be that player that they love to see, and they see competing every day. So that's all I'm trying to do.
Seems like you were really getting to your spots early on. Just how much was that an emphasis in terms of trying to get that momentum going?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like I'm not really, the most athletic dude, and I'm really not on the rim as much as a lot of guys at this level. So I just got to get to my spots and where I'm comfortable, and just try to be. We talk about it a lot, but just playing efficient, and just all the shots that I'm taking, even if I'm not hitting them, just make sure they're good shots, and in the flow of the game with being aggressive, but also just being smart. So that's all I was trying to do.